Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's me, A. Prustian. And as I recall, last time here, we got more information out of Angel Star about the SL9 incident. We still don't know details about the case. We just know that somebody forged evidence or falsified it, and it resulted in the firing or demotion of a bunch of the detectives, including her and Jake Marshall, and he's the one I think I'm supposed to go talk to. Oh, I haven't been to the detention center yet. I wonder if it will show us who's been arrested by the police. Because they said they had somebody arrested for the second murder. Possibly second. Oh, right, Lana's here. That makes more sense. She is our defendant. I kind of forgot. Looks like Miss Guy is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Yes, thank you. Let's come back later. Okay, so... anything new? No. How stoic is our guy? One murder at the prosecutor's office, one at the police department. He must be frozen with fear, thinking that he might be next. Don't scare the poor guy. Okay. All right, so not there. I'm not actually 100% sure where we'll find Marshall. So I'm just going to keep going everywhere else just to see. Okay. I mean, I might as well ask her what to do. Well, where should we begin? Oh, well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that. You know, that thing. The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see... we should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Yeah, I do need to go to the criminal affairs department, see what's there. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, what with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Police chief looks very smug about that, to be honest. There was that business with him not reading the officer's report? Ah, about the killing at the police department, right. Do I have that? The chief of police was right about that. He sure was. I don't know that I have that report. Wait a second. Oh, right. I do have the steak lunch. I was like, I actually have one of these lunches. Yes, this is to give to Marshall. Let me look at this real quick. It's got butter on it and everything. Wow, my mouth is watering. I can almost hear the sound of steak frying on the grill. No doubt it's all cold and tough by now. No, I'm sure it's delicious. Miss Star poured her heart into making this. As long as she didn't put any other organs in there. Anything else? Oh, we can look at this. Let's see. Ingredients. Meat. She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically. Yeah. Let's hope so. Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additives she used. Go to town. Huh? It says here, hours of sweat and labor. So that's why the sauce is so salty. Okay. Alright. I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. We do know that. Okay. So I got distracted looking at my court record. Okay, let's go to the police department entrance. Okay, February 23rd, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here, after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. Just like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Can I? I guess so. The guard station. Aha. I see. I see who works here. Oh my god, dude. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? Sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. We're not in a desert, Phoenix. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. You think they could have written Jake Marshall in flashing neon lights and it would have been less obvious than this. Alright, we'll examine it. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. He means... Right, Phoenix. She means, like, attitude. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. Alright. Is he drinking on the job over here? Where was the computer? Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Okay, that makes sense. Nothing for the cow skull. Just gonna let that one lie. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A pounchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie. Oh my god. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. She mean a poncho? Good god. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Okay. I am surprised nobody's here. Can we go through the door? The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Oh, do I need to go to the criminal affairs department, maybe? Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. She does. I love it. Texas. Okay. I think that's everything. Okay, in that case, I guess I will try... This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Oh, please. Huh? Wasn't that? Want steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Huh? I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now is no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean, you heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Oh yeah, we heard about it. This is him talking about it. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Yeah, I want to know more about that. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Who? He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. I feel like I have so much to I'm supposed to find Marshall. Now I need to go to the detention center. I don't know, there's a lot to do. We'll do it, but I want to look at all this first. The usual wanted posters. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Are these two guys still telling a joke? Patrolman is saluting that other guy. He must be a detective. How many fingers do you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, that's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer. That wasn't a salute. It was an eye test. They make a good pair. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Okay. Okay, let's go back to... Wait, I can't go to the... I'll just go here. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. Don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants any more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Okay. So, detention center, that's what we want. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down the road right now. Things will just get confusing. Ween. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me? A perpetrator? I'd say I was against perpetrated. I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, no. Meekins? Is that his name? Is he the suspect? He couldn't find his way out of a paper bag to murder someone. I don't believe it. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Yeah, it's this guy. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, sir. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Uh, Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. Why'd they leave him as Bullhorn, huh? What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. I mean, I suppose if you think about it, there are only so many characters that we've seen, so who else was it gonna be? Oh, man. Okay, well, let's talk, I guess. The day of the crime. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow. I can hear you just fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. I'm shocked. Phoenix is actually shocked, I suppose. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yo! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. When I came to, I was here, in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Well, second things first. We'll do the victim next. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. Suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. That seems strange to me a little bit. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Okay, your bandaged hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? Well, sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. Huh. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Was Goodman the one with the knife, then? He said that detective held the knife at him. Sounds like Goodman. He didn't mention there was a second other person. Can I present anything to you? What about this knife? Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir, that's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. Oh, second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Yeah. What about the bloody shoe? Could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Okay. What about this? SL9. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. No idea what it is. Goodman's ID card? Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. Sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Indeed. Let's talk to him. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a little lost lamb, if you will. You know, the more he says that, though, the more I think he might be shady. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who's in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. Yeah, why'd they arrest you? So, Officer Meekins, why was it they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Well, let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. Yeah, we don't know if that was Goodman. I had that thought that, like, it's an assumption at this point. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? You still ended up here? He told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. Yeah, we've been there. I mean, you should know about it. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. Meekins is having a tough time with this. I kind of can't blame him. And you waited until now to tell us this? Sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, no thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay. Now we can go... I think if I go here, I can... Yeah, or just to this, I guess. Okay, I'm shocked no one's here. Is this where I was supposed to go to? What if I come back here? Nobody's over here still. Edgeworth, do you have anything for me? Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'd still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing some important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Huh? Guess we'll have to come back. Yeah. But I don't know where... I think I'll talk to her. Where am I supposed to go? Criminal Affairs? Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. Oh, it's Police Chief Gaunt. Here we go. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Aha! Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh ho ho, Chief Gaunt. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? It's a good question. Alright, let's talk to him. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy. You know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yeah, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Here's the thing about Gant here, said Chief of Police. He has this, friendly, smiling, happy grandpa kind of face persona and, the colors and everything. But he is Chief of Police, and I think he's more sinister than he seems, he's not too happy, I think, actually, with what happened with Von Karma, Anyways. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? Alright, well, that's Edgeworth's problem, not mine, so... Evidence room incident. It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Yeah, how are they so sure that it was Goodman in the evidence room? Now, Righto, I can't just give away all our secrets like that. This in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But it's a full-time job just keeping the Chief of Detectives' trap shut. He was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh? You saw that? Whoops. remember what it was he wanted the chief of detectives to do. They were looking for evidence, right? They were searching something. I don't think they have anything on Officer Meekins except that he was in the room. See if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Well, we'll see if we can. Is there anything I can present to him? That I want to present to him. What about the knife? I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ha, sorry, Righto. I'm through with all that stuff. Through, I say. Find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one. Guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the dancing blue badger. Okay, well that was worth it. Okay, for now... If I move out and back into there... Will he still be... He's still here. He's got an interesting soundtrack associated with him. I feel like I should be able to present something to get more out of him. About the blue badger. Yeah. SL9? Okay. Doesn't seem likely. Okay. Maybe I can get to the guard station and someone will be here? No. Where am I supposed to go now? It's definitely something here. So I'm gonna come back here. Oh, I see. Okay, the way to talk to the other guy is to examine the room. This is what I didn't do. There's this guy and that one. I forget who. We'll talk to both. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used a cassette tape. What a crafty trick. That gunshot was a fake. Now, this is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Okay, this is the chief of detectives, I guess. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. Half-written document dated 2/21. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Yeah, I'm trying. Check here first. Computers and files are a lot tidier. Yeah, okay. Hey, I have something new to present to you. First, I'm gonna check it. ID, he started writing the wrong number because it's 5842189. 2/21 is the same day as his other note, and I think the day of the death. Okay, let's present it. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, Righto. Through that. Really? What? It said it can only be submitted to the chief of police. You are the chief of police. Let me submit it to you. Maybe if I can't... Is there something else to talk about? Ah, here we go. Permission to enter. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. I never thought a day would come when Wright Oak asked me for help. was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Doesn't seem too keen. Now, righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50. No problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. Huh. Just goes to show you never know until you ask. If you're here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. This is one weird guy. I have a hard time getting a read on him. Heh. Looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Okay. So we can go to here. Go to here. No. Examine. And now we should be able to get in. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Well, let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off. See? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? He's back. Hi, Marshall. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that why does it have to be him look for? So you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! The card you got on there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little dogies. The crime scene's awaiting. I have learned. Dogie, Calderon told me, means a lost calf. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy, then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Oh, wow. That was very straight, not all wrapped up in his faux western. Actually, he said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. I wonder when I'm supposed to give him his steak lunch. I was wondering if we could talk to you? Sorry, Bambina. I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wild prairie. A gunslinger loading his 6-shooter, I say a little prayer. Oh, he's hungry! What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Okay, I'm not even going to ask him. I'm going to present first. Let's just give him this lunch. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Oh my god. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Ms. Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch? I see. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to our Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask me anything. Finally, it seems like. He's willing to talk. Yes, he is. Okay. Just gotta bribe the man. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. Keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. Told us something. He said when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago. Well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for this job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down on the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. I don't think it's an actual horse, if I had to guess. There's no need for people here anyhow. His newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Okay. Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It's always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. It's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books. It smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but nobody tells us what actually happened. Yeah, tell us. Tell us. There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. God damn it, Marshall. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about that the transferals too. Okay, well, security system first. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves the record of every ID card that passes through. Interesting. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. I mean, one of them was Goodman's. And one of them was a bunch of 7s. And the other one was like 49 something. I didn't get a good look. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. I mean, if the times are related to the... Anyways, let's ask about transferal. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Anything I can present to him? What about Goodman's card with its ID number? See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall shows the ID record again. Ha, I knew it. See? Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. And it really was a minute before. You cannot physically get from here to the prosecutor's office in -2 minutes because Edgeworth's car arrived there at 5:12. This is 5:14, 2 minutes later. I feel like this Goodman must be an imposter. That's now my best guess. I don't know. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Enter the evidence room, ask the man to display his ID card. What did he do? He pointed a knife at me. Yeah, if he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? That's another good question. The other question is, how would it have gotten to the parking garage? All right, compadre, you win. Guess I can give you this ID card record. Yeah. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. That is a good idea. But first, can I move into the evidence room? I can. I'm gonna have to think about that. There's a lot going on here that I don't understand yet, which is the fun of these cases. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. And graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Hey, Gumshoe! Eek! Whoa! Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? If anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them 50. Go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's... Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me? I thought he would latch onto that. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today. Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Gumshoe, let's talk. Boss for a day. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day. That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I am a detective, after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. Does Goodman have one of those? That we could use his ID card to open? Edgeworth. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee, right? Now, right? trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. Not the DL6 one. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, interesting. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Evidence lockers. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third car since entering the force already. Sounds like a lot. Is there a duplicate ID card for Goodman? Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Huh. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's opened. Huh. So somebody could have been trying to impersonate Goodman with like a second ID or a fake ID somehow that passed the card reader and couldn't get the evidence locker open because they didn't have the fingerprint. Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, I am out of time for today, so I'll have to keep investigating this and thinking about this the next time. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!